What's going on, everybody? It's been a long time coming, but I'm finally back on the bike for the 2022 TKO.
Forgot to turn my camera on again. So it's wet. This grass dried up. This stuff's perfect. But that means the rocks are going to be slick. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I spent the better part of an hour and a half walking this while the first Prolog guys were going off, set my lines, getting everything dialed, only for it to be derailed this soon, right off the bat. Oh well, I'm gonna struggle through this, get around this guy, and see if I can get back on my line. Okay, so not a huge deal. I'm back on the line, I'm rolling again. And I've got it figured out, I need to get over to this left side. But my line is right there, on the left, you see it? Yeah, I don't. Instead, I'm gonna stay in the nasty stuff. Let's see how hard I can make it on myself. Look this, right here. Let's just add another 15 feet to the course and go this way. And it's not even easy. It's not like I'm getting back onto an easier line. I'm going through even worse stuff.
I gotta cut my boot on my peg. Okay, breathe.
So while I'm flopping around like a turtle on its back, I see Zach Attack hitting the line that I was supposed to make earlier. Now he started 30 seconds behind me. He's already caught and passed me. So I finally decided to get in the line I was supposed to be in, just in time for somebody to be in front of me. No big deal, I'll squeeze by and be on my way. Now we come up to the big issue for this year, and that's the slower riders on the Prolog course. Previous years was fast enough that nobody really got bunched up, but this year it was so difficult that everybody kind of packed into the creek, and now I'm sitting behind a slower rider waiting for another rider. And he goes and tries this line, and I get it, it's a tough line, but I could have made that line, and I probably wouldn't have fallen right here in front of Gary.
Nothing at all looks like what I scoped out.
Good, Spencer. Well, that's what counts. And your gear, it's on point.
Yeah, thanks, Gary, while I'm picking up my bike. But anyway, I gotta take a second to give A-Out Racing a shout out. They've got some real solid gear, and man, if you can't pick them out of a crowd, then you're blind. They're super bright, super unique designs, and Kip and the guys on the A-Out team are constantly working to get this stuff improved. They listen to your complaints, they listen to any feedback, and they improve their gear. I'm with them. I'm 100% on board. Now back to the racing. I passed 4 or so guys, and they were all in the main smooth line, forcing me down into the big nasty rocks of the creek. So I'm just burning time, getting through the nastiest bits of the creek when I should be on the super highway that's clogged up with riders. Now the biggest reason this was an issue for me is because when they signed you up, they asked you, are you A class, B class, C class, whatever? And I told them A class. Well, I figured, hey, cool, they're gonna sort us out by, rider class. but they still just kind of threw us into a pile and let us go. So us A-class riders are passing C and B-class riders, and yeah, they're doing awesome getting through this stuff, but they're still slowing us down. And some of us A-class guys didn't have the traffic. Some of us started earlier. Some of us started, with other A-class guys. There's guys that had it a lot worse off than me. But it's something that could have been avoided if they had started us according to the classes we declared when we signed up. It's not a huge deal. It hurts some people more than me, but it's still an annoyance, and it's something I think they could fix for next year. The biggest issue with this for me was look how many wild, gnarly lines I've had to hit to get around bottlenecks. I've got 4 rides on me all year. I can't be doing all this stuff. Oh hey, it's Zach. Look up in the top left. There he is. Just getting out of the creek. I haven't lost that much time to him. Maybe I can make it up. Depends on if more guys fall in front of me. Yeah, I'm just gonna take whatever I can salvage. Get out of this safe and not with any broken bike parts. Hey, it's Matt. Fresh out of Romaniacs pointing a line that I just sit in. Actually, no, I'm checking my tires to make sure I can get this in one run. And let another guy go because I'm courteous. But no, I like to take a second to make sure my tires are in a good spot so I can do this in one run. It's just prevents needless bike handling. It kills seconds and energy. I've already killed enough of that.
I can't breathe. So out of shape.
Right here is another kind of hindsight 2020 thing. I should have just launched off the side of that like 90% of the other guys in my class. But when I was looking at that, it looked nasty. It was undercut, and I guess enough guys have gone off that it drug it down, and it really wasn't any big deal by the time I got to it. I just wasn't prepared to take that line. I had a line picked out in my head, just like this one, but I wasn't expecting it to be chewed out as bad, and now I'm stuck, killing more time. It's really kind of frustrating. I burned so much time and energy that I should have saved, and most of it would have been saved by, picking a better line or making some of these lines cleaner. But by this time I was so tired from not being in proper condition for this race that I just couldn't make the bike do what I wanted it to do. Even in this easy stuff, I'm sitting here ice skating on these routes and I'm holding on for dear life. And this was a 10-minute run. It took 10 minutes. Not even, because it's 10 minutes by the time I reach the finish line. Oh. This is a bad spot to get off my rhythm. But anyway, it took 10 minutes to get to the finish line. Less than 10 minutes, and my arms are toast. I can't breathe. I can't make the bike do what I want it to do. This shouldn't be a thing. I should be able to blast a course like this. A 10-minute sprint should be nothing. I've got to fix that. And for my final entry in the list of excuses why I can't ride a dirt bike, my brake pads, my front brakes, were almost non-existent. I had resurfaced my front rotor to get the cup out of it, but I didn't change out my brake pads. So I had brake pads that had a rounded surface trying to squeeze a flat surface. So really, by the time I looked at it, I only had about a 1/4 inch of brake pad surface grabbing my rotor. So even though I had feel, I didn't have stopping power. So charging in those corners in the grass track was really, really difficult. But anyway, all excuses aside, I'm not in shape. It was all my fault. But we qualified okay. 59th, I think, by the time everything settled out. And that put me in the first 5 rows somewhere. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, TKO 2 is coming up. I've got it in the editor. Oh yeah, I skipped race 1 because the top 50 finished last year. So I go straight to TKO 2. Anyway, I'll try to get it up within a week or so. Between life and work and everything else. Who knows? I'll do my best. See you then.